So, hi everybody. Um, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator on PlayStation VR2. First flight here, and it's base PS5, so no PlayStation Pro. And yeah, so I'm comparing this like directly a bit to Aces of Thunder, and I must say this here is for me a bit, I don't know, maybe too low frame rate wise, because I feel a little bit lightheaded and a bit nausea from this. It's a bit comparable to No Man's Sky, where I feel the same because of the low frame rate, and this is probably 60 and reprojected to 120 or 90, I don't know. The very first thing that I must mention is I'm flying here in a helicopter in one of the photo sessions, world photography or what's it called, and as you can see, I have a very fast internet connection, and this is all very blurry. The ground textures, I mean. The actual landscape graphics are okay. I wouldn't even call them too low res or the whole scenery too blurry. It's okay. I mean, we've seen sharper on the PlayStation VR2, of course, but this is a whole world simulated, so you can basically fly from the pyramids here to the Caribbean, and that's okay. But one thing that strikes me as odd is that compared with Aces of Thunder, this instantly feels like I'm flying across a toy landscape. I cannot really describe it better than it feels like everything was just small. I don't know how I can describe that, but this doesn't feel so majestic as I thought it would feel, and it feels like I'm flying across a Micro Machines or Lego toy landscape. Not the level of detail. The level of detail is okay. I mean, it's desert sand. What do you expect? But everything feels like it's not really huge and majestic, and I don't know where the problem comes from here, but yeah, it's like not so impressive. It feels okay. I mean, the frame rate is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But yeah, it's definitely a downgraded version of the flat version, even on PlayStation, which doesn't have the highest settings for this game. This is yeah, the buildings over there, like, they feel like I'm Godzilla and I'm walking across a toy city that I can destroy at any time. It doesn't really feel like a really busy place. I mean, all these things down there are supposed to be cars, and they're just a flat texture map. This is all just flat texture maps. It's like walking on a big carpet where landscape textures are projected onto, and it does not feel great. So maybe when I'm flying a bit higher, things like get better because I'm higher. But this is like, it's not so impressive actually, especially here with the pyramids. I thought it'd be better. And right in front of me, this is just a big, blobby, blurry patch of textures. You basically see no details, and the view distance is great, the draw distance is great, the lighting here is also great, but it's getting better when you get higher, actually. Now it feels better, but it still lacks the sense of size and of huge structures somehow. They still feel small, maybe because I'm lacking people or things to visually compare them to. Like those cars down there, they seem to be like 3D objects. But this looks definitely like something you have to experience from high above, because this is not really spectacular. There's a whole lot of blurry, very flat texture, and that's about it. So visually this is not very impressive. Visually I think As of Thunder is much more impressive. Granted, they have a small area to show, because it's not open world and this is open world, but this doesn't look so great. So sorry for a negative first impression. So frame wise, even if I'm flying with a low speed helicopter here, it's okay. When I'm looking out the window and making turns here, then I get a little bit of nausea, but all in all, it's acceptable. And this is the beta. I don't know how much they can change or improve until they release the final of this software update 5, sim update 5. But yeah, this reminds me actually of those flight sims of the late 90s, beginning 2000s, where they started adding texture mapping and primitive buildings to the landscapes instead of just flat shaded triangles and spiky mountains. This is probably so like the next step visually compared, but as you see, there's not much of a ground texture. It's just flat photos projected on the ground, and but frame rate wise it's okay. I mean, this is a bigger area here with more buildings and stuff, but the frame rate is still okay. So that's not the problem here. The problem comes really from the sparse terrains and yeah, at close view not so impressive texture resolution too. So yeah, that's my first impression. I'm gonna keep on flying and show you some more of the other areas in that starting part of the game, and then you can, or we can probably see better what's gonna happen in the game, and then we also can compare next week the final version of the game with this beta and see how much they were able to improve on it. And yeah, so that's Flight Simulator on PlayStation VR2. I'm glad it happened actually, but I hope they release a Pro patch. I don't have a Pro, but I'd like to see this take more advantage of the hardware and be more fluid, better frame rate, and maybe more details on the ground here. I don't know if this is also in the flat version. I have to compare the flat version later on again, but this here is like really a bit disappointing. Okay, so that's for me first impression Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PlayStation VR2. Bye bye and thanks for watching.